Hi Gators, Mrs. Marbett here. I wanted to share a quick doodle and writing activity with you. The other day I was going through my closet and I found this Doodles at Lunch notepad and thought we could do a doodle together and turn it into a character and do some writing. So you're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil and we can get started. The first character is an alligator. And I know it's kind of hard to see. There's some instructions here at the top that are a little hard for you to see, so you're just going to have to follow along with me. The first one says draw a sideways A. So I'm going to use a pen so you can see it better. And somewhere on your paper, you're going to do a sideways A. Okay, once you've got that sideways A, our next step is add 4 curls. So these are going to turn into, if you look over here, his nostrils and his eyes. So we're going to do 2 above our A for his nostrils. And if you notice, my A is kind of big. His mouth is going to be open wide. You can do your A smaller if you don't want his mouth open quite so wide. So here's my curls. And then these next 2 are going to be kind of a little bit past the tip of the A. Okay, so now you should have your A and 4 curls. Our next direction says we're going to add 3 bumpy lines. These are going to turn into kind of the little lines on his back. So if you can see up here, here's his eyes, the last 2 circles that we drew, and there's 3 kind of bumpy, wavy lines back here. So I'm going to come over here and do my first one. And a second one underneath it a little bit shorter, and the third one underneath it a little bit shorter too. So there's my 3 bumpy lines. Okay, number 4 says we're going to add some legs with claws. So we're going to come under our under our wavy lines and add 1 leg. And a couple little claws at the end of it. And then we're going to come up here, kind of, if you look at their little picture here, it's under the eyeballs, sort of. So we're going to kind of float down here under the eyeballs and draw 1 leg with claws, and then there's going to be another, his like front little leg, right about here, kind of under that first eyeball maybe, and just a little one with a couple little claws. Okay, and then our next one, number 5, says we're going to add 6 curved lines. So I'm looking, and the first one I'm going to add is under the mouth. So kind of under that A. You're going to start there and kind of attach it to the bottom line of that A. And then you're going to take from there, we're going to kind of go across that front leg to touch the second leg. So here we go. Okay, kind of gives them a neck. The next one, we're going to go in between our 2 legs to connect those. All right. And then the next one is going to go from his back leg kind of up behind the bumpy lines that we did. Like that. Now he needs a tail. So we're going to decide how long you want his tail to be. It could be a short tail or a long tail. And you're going to pick some point kind of up here. And I'm just going to do a point right there. I don't know if you can see that very well. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to do 1 line down to the last line we did. And the other one is going to come around just to about the top of those bumpy lines. Okay? Now, the last bit is kind of settling up his eyes and teeth. So I'm going to take my eye and close it a little there. And I'm going to put a line, because I'm looking at this guy over here. He's kind of got like big lines over his eyes. So I'm going to take my marker and kind of do like that over his face. And then I'm going to do another line kind of up by his nostrils. So he's kind of got a top of his mouth there. And then I'm going to work on his teeth. So let's give him one big tooth right there. And then just do some triangles. And you can decide how many teeth you want him to have, how big they are, how little they are. Okay? So, and then, oh, he needs some eyeballs because he looks kind of weird without eyeballs. So now he's got some eyeballs. So that is your drawing complete. And you can take a look at mine and see it's very fancy. So whatever yours looks like, I'm sure it looks fantastic. Now we're going to turn this alligator into a character. So you want to think about some things about this character. You might want to think, what's his name? Where does he live? Does he have family? Or maybe it's a she. Who are her friends? Does she have hobbies? What does she like to do? What does she not like to do? So I decided to name my character Todd. He's Todd the alligator. And I'm going to brainstorm some ideas about Todd's character. So I'm going to just do a little bubble map about Todd. And I'm going to say that Todd has sharp teeth. Okay? I gave Todd some nice sharp teeth. And he has a long tail. So these are just kind of some physical descriptions about Todd, right? He's got sharp teeth, he's got a long tail. When I color him, he's going to be green. So I'm going to say green, okay? Now I'm thinking about Todd, and Todd really likes to cook. That's his hobby. So I'm going to say he likes to cook. And the reason he really likes to cook is because he really likes to eat. He does have a very large mouth. So he likes to cook and he likes to eat. And I'm going to think about Todd and where does he live? So he's an alligator, so I'm going to say that he lives in Florida. Okay, so Todd the alligator lives in Florida, and who does he live there with? Todd lives at home, like you guys do, with his mom and his dad. So he has mom, dad, and let's give Todd some sisters. Maybe mom, dad, and 2 sisters. Okay, so now we've got some details about Todd, right? He's got sharp teeth, he has a long tail, he's going to be green, he likes to cook because he likes to eat. He lives in Florida with his mom, dad, and 2 sisters. And using that information, I can then go ahead and write a paragraph about Todd. So you can take your character and make a little bubble map about your character. Give your character a name, and then think of some ideas, some descriptions about your character. And after you've got your bubble map, then you can go ahead and write a paragraph describing, this is an introductory paragraph describing your character, right? You want to start out telling us who your character is and use the information on your bubble map to tell us who they are, where they live, who they live with, who's in their family, who their friends are, whatever world you've created for your character in your paragraph, your introductory paragraph, you're going to introduce us to them. So you need to tell us about them, okay? So go ahead and start working on some ideas about your alligator. All right, I hope you had fun, and I hope that you create some really interesting characters. All right, bye Gators.